English. Quarter 4, Module 5b. Composing a research report. On a relevant social issue, what I need to know. This module was designed for you, dear learners, to provide engaging and self-directed activities that will develop your knowledge and skills in research. Writing, ENTNSSIV 2.3. You will learn how to find, gather, understand, analyze and evaluate sources and information. Moreover, the critical thinking skills you will acquire through research will allow you to gain valuable insights and make better decisions that will contribute to the success of your future. The module has one lesson. Lesson 1, Writing the research body and conclusion. After going through this lesson, you are expected to 1. Formulate survey questions. 2. Present research data using tables. 3. Make conclusions based on the gathered research data, and 4. Write a research report, body and conclusion, about a social issue. Lesson 2. Writing the research body and conclusion. Research starts with curiosity. As rational individuals, we feel the urge and the necessity to satisfy this curiosity. That's why we do research. We are challenged by the idea of contributing to the existing body of knowledge that we have today. After all, the common facts of today are the products of yesterday's research. In the previous module, you learned how to select a sound research topic and formulate research questions derived from it. According to Mark Twain, it is wiser to find out than to suppose. This is the very heart of the research body and conclusion. In this lesson, you will learn how to gather research data using a specific tool, method, tabulate these data and present your findings using graphical presentations. Finally, from these findings, you'll learn how to make or write research conclusions, thus answering your formulated research questions. What is it? Formulating questions for a survey questionnaire. If you take the time to write good survey questions, you'll be well on your way to getting the reliable responses you need to reach your research objectives. The first choice you have to make is the type of questions to use. Most questionnaires for quantitative researches, if not all, make use of close-ended questions that give respondents a fixed set of options to choose from. These close-ended choices can be simple yes, no options, multiple choice options, like her trading scales, and more. But the decisions don't end there. You'll also have to decide how to ask your questions. To help you construct a top-notch questionnaire, here are tips. In constructing a survey, focus on asking close-ended questions. Don't ask for two things at once. Make sure your questions do not overlap. Keep your survey questions neutral. Keep a balanced set of answers, choices. Formulating questions for a quantitative research is different from a qualitative one. If you remember, quantitative research involves collecting and analyzing numerical data while qualitative research collects and analyzes non-numerical data. The commonly used data collection method for a qualitative research is interview, personally asking people questions in one-on-one conversations. But you may also gather qualitative data through a survey. The only difference is that your questions here should be open-ended. For example, how does new normal education affect your time management now that you are learning from the convenience of your home? The question above is an open-ended one. If you notice, it does not provide the respondents a predetermined set of answer choices, instead allowing them to provide responses in their own words. Their answers will serve as your qualitative data. In the previous module, you learned how to write an effective research introduction. You also learned how to formulate research questions that are anchored from the selected and limited research topic. To answer these questions, you have to administer a survey to a certain group of people through a questionnaire. Thus, There is a need to translate these research questions to survey ones. For example, research question: what are the common factors that affect students' time management? Survey question: which of the following factors commonly affect your time management? Distraction, motivation, priorities, procrastination, stress. Others, please specify, Do the same process with your other research questions. Now, you are ready to gather your research data by administering your survey to your target respondents. Presentation of research data. Data presentation, quantitative data. Data presentation is perhaps the most important part of the research report because it is the culmination of all your efforts. People would like to know what you have found out after conducting your survey. It is a big deal, because the findings are the essence of the whole research report. Before presenting your data, briefly remind your readers about the purpose or the significance of the study and your research questions as well. Also, tell them about your research design and your data gathering tool. To provide context to your findings, present the socio-demographic characteristics of your respondents when it is necessary and relevant to your topic. These include age, sex, religion and other information about your respondents. For example, if you are doing a research about students' time management, the respondent's sex may be considered as irrelevant information along with their age, respective grade levels, etc. You may use tables to present and describe the socio-demographic characteristics of your respondents. Refer to the example below, Table 1. Socio-demographic characteristics. Sex frequency percentage. Male 30-60%. Female 20-40%. Total 50-100%. There are different ways of presenting your data, as you may use various graphical presentations such as pie charts, bar graphs, line graphs, etc. Since our focus is a survey research report, this module is limited only to the use of descriptive statistics wherein frequency counts and percentage will be used. Frequency count simply counts the number of times that each variable occurs, such as the number of males and females within the sample. On the other hand, here's a review on how to calculate what percentage one number is of another number. For example, in your questionnaire, your 50 respondents answered a yes, no question. 30 of them answered yes. Here's how you compute for the percentage. When you present descriptive statistics in a table or figure, you do not need to repeat everything in text form. A common error is to tell nothing about the table or to tell in writing everything in the table. Consider the following guidelines in presenting quantitative data. Support your presentation with tables, graphs, charts and figures. Focus on discussing the most important information in the graphics. Make sure that each graphic is clearly labeled with a title, so that readers can easily identify and understand them. Do not judge or give your opinion on the results obtained. Remember to write for the reader, and it should be logical and easy to follow. You have to decide on what are the key findings or features that should be written about. You cannot say, just look at the table and interpret for yourself what was found. For example, Table 2. Common factors affecting students' time management. Factors affecting time management. Frequency percentage. Distractions 10-20%. Motivation 2-4%. Priorities 5-10%. Procrastination 25-50%. Stress 8-16%. Total 50-100%. Consider the sample discussion below. Table 2 presents the data about the common factors that affect students' time management. The survey results show that half or 50% of the respondents consider procrastination as the greatest factor that affects how they manage their time, followed by distractions and stress with 20% and 16%, respectively. On the other hand, priorities are less likely to affect students' time management with 4% respectively. Notice that not everything in the table is discussed, only the relevant findings. These are the items with the greatest frequency, percentage, and the ones with the least frequency, percentage. Data presentation, qualitative data. On the other hand, here are some guidelines in presenting qualitative data. Transcribe interviews or type up field notes. Examine the data for patterns, repeated ideas or recurring themes that emerge. Focus on the recurring data as they relate to your research questions. Your findings should be backed up by evidences. These evidences take the form of quotations from survey, interviews, including large portions of a survey or interviewed data in a research paper is not necessary and often tedious for the reader. The interviewees should be established in the text at the end of the quote. For example, the student describes how remote learning affects how he manages his time. My home is not conducive to learning. I'm having a hard time to focus, accomplish my tasks and be more productive in an environment with so many distractions. As a result, it's challenging and frustrating for me to manage my time. Interviewee 15, male. Writing the research conclusion. The last part of the research report is the conclusion. The objective of this section is to refresh the reader's understanding of the findings or results. Here are the important things that you should take into consideration in writing your conclusion. Highlight the main or major findings that you had stated in your research body. There is no need to explain in detail the findings or results and avoid the temptation to copy and paste from your discussion in the body. Keep it simple and do not include too much research jargon. Use simple non-statistical language to summarize. Use the research questions as a guide in presenting your conclusions. Synthesize the findings and show how they converge to answer the research questions. Going back to our sample table, refer to Table 2. Common factors affecting time management on page 8. Let us try to come up with a conclusion to answer our research question. What are the common factors that affect students' time management? Remember that your conclusion should be derived from your results or findings. Based on the table, we may conclude that procrastination, distractions and stress are the common factors that affect students' time management. There you have it. Good job. You have just written a sound conclusion that answers our research question. You just have to do the same with the other ones. What I have learned. Directions. Let's sum up what you have learned. Choose the correct term from the choices inside the parentheses that should go into the blank spaces. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Research doesn't end with selecting and limiting a topic and formulating questions to answer. In this module, you learn that the body of the research is a crucial part of the whole report because it has a prerequisite, which is data gathering. To gather your research data, you have to make use of tools such as a survey questionnaire. In line with this, you have to formulate survey questions that are anchored from your 1_research questions/introduction. When writing a survey for a quantitative research, the use of 2_open-ended/close-ended questions are encouraged to observe ease in administering the survey. To add context to the findings of the research, you may use your questionnaire to gather data about the 3_socio-demographic profile, socioeconomic status, of your respondents. In presenting your data, take note that you don't have to explain or discuss everything that is in your graphical presentations, table, bar graphs, pie chart, etc. Present only the 4_ minor findings, major findings, and do not editorialize because there's no room for your 5 underscore opinions, explanations, in the research report.